All right, but we teased it there. Let's jump on down to Athens, where some potentially big news from the Bulldogs. I saw it first from 24/7 Sports' Jake Rowe, but JT Daniels dealing with an injury to his core, ribs, oblique. Kind of uncertain as to what the exact injury is, but according to 24/7 Sports, JT Daniels may not play against UAB. And that means it'll be Carson Beck time, if that is true. So this was reported Wednesday late in the afternoon here. Not had any confirmation from Kirby Smart whether JT Daniels is going to play or not. And Kirby was on the coaches teleconference this afternoon, didn't mention anything about this. So it's interesting. I tried to get Shane on the line here. He says, sounds like they're just trying to make excuses down there for how poorly the offense played. But, maybe there's some merit to that. Maybe that's why JT Daniels played so poorly in the opener, potentially got hurt in the Clemson game and just tried to gut through it. I don't know. But that'll be something interesting to watch. See how well Carson Beck plays if he does start against UAB, because UAB's no joke. Certainly, I don't think Georgia's in any danger with or without JT. Hell, we don't even know. He may throw for 400 yards against UAB, but I don't think so. Given what we know about Bill Clark and his program, they're defensive minded. So, this will be a little added intrigue here for Georgia. And of course, you got everything they weren't hyping up the Clemson game so much, but when you win a game like that, it's natural to have a letdown. So that'll be really interesting to see. JT Daniels, will he or won't he play? I bet, the odds, you may not even be able to bet on this game till we find out for sure. But if you can, I may bet some money on UAB, not to win, of course, just to cover the game. I think last time I checked, the spread's around 20-something points. But if JT Daniels cannot go, that may be something to think about. But speaking of injuries, Kirby Smart offered up some interesting comments here on a lot of these receivers like Dom Blaylock and Kieris Jackson and all these guys that were kind of missing from the Clemson game. And he also gave the latest update on George Pickens. So let's kick it over to Kirby.
Hey, Kirby, you got any updates on guys like Blaylock, Kieris maybe this week? Just updates on, I don't know. There's a lot of guys that are banged up. Do you have an update on those guys?
I told you on Monday. I mean, Blaylock and Kieris are practicing every day. They're repping. They're going. Basically they're cleared, right? Kieris was out there. Dom's working out. He's practicing every day. It's a matter of those guys working themselves back in. I mean, the body of work that Ladd and Jalen have. Kieris is not 100%. Dom may be closer to 100% than Kieris, but there's not a lot more we can do other than them getting reps and working themselves back. So, I mean, everybody wants to know when they're back. They're back. They're just not completely 100%. So when they're better than the guy that's playing, we'll get them out there. And they're not 100% right now.
Kirby, just to clarify that, you did say Dom is cleared now. Is that right?
Dom's been practicing. Dom's been practicing for a while. Dom he's getting confidence back in his knee. He's getting stamina back. He's getting contact. He's getting reps back. I mean, it's more guys than just saying he's cleared. It goes back to our quarterback last year. I mean, you can't just say, well, you got to put him out there. No, it takes more than that. I mean, you're out there with people trying to knock your head off, and you've had an ACL surgery, and you'd like to be 100% of your old self, and it may take a little while to do that, especially on a second ACL. So he's cleared to practice, and he does all kinds of things. But there's a difference, guys, between being game ready and out there and practicing.
Kirby, since obviously you're thrilled with receiver injury questions, let me ask about George Pickens. I guess we haven't asked about him. What's he doing right now? Is there a feeling this could be even a mid-season type deal, or is it still late season? Where is he right now?
He's rehabbing every day. He's lifting every day. He's going to school, doing all school work, and he's done a good job of doing that. So we'll see. We don't know. I mean, it's one of those. He gets a kind of a monthly update. We haven't had an update in quite a while. I think he's scheduled to go see Dr. Andrews here soon to check up and visit, but he's doing his rehab and he's working hard and he's straight line running, but I have no idea of a date of return. I mean, that's just too far out right now.
All right, and listeners, loyal listeners of this show, you may remember we had old Rusty Manziel on the show, and he made it clear he was just speculating. He's wasn't reporting at the time, but remember when I asked him about George Pickens, what he said? He said his guess, if you want to call it that, was that if Georgia wins against Clemson, he thinks we'd see George Pickens on the field for the Bulldogs this season. And what do you know? Of course, Georgia whooped up on Clemson, and now we're getting the George Pickens. Will he or won't he? Of course, it certainly sounds like he's still a ways away from the field, but I just thought that was interesting. Old Rusty, I mean, there's no one better in the Georgia market on that stuff, so he may be onto something there, and that's just something to keep your finger on. Just remember that he said that. And one other thing here from Athens, Warren McClendon, the offensive lineman, he met with the media here on Wednesday, and this was after the JT Daniels news kind of broke. If it is news, we don't even know. It's so weird down there. But he was asked about him, and he gave an interesting answer because it sounds like he's playing. Sounds like Carson Beck's playing. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. So let's kick it over to Warren McClendon.
How was JT looking at practice? There had been some rumors he maybe got dinged up a little bit. How did he look at practice this afternoon?
He's been looking good. He hasn't missed a beat. He's been practicing, taking reps, and he looks good.
Warren, following up on JT, I hate to put you on the spot, but we don't really have any other options. Is JT going with the ones still? Is Carson going with the ones? What's happening?
They're both taking reps. Yeah, so they're both taking reps during practice. JT's coming in there taking reps, and Carson comes in there too and takes some reps.
Okay.
Hey, Warren, thanks for coming out and doing these interviews. We appreciate any kind of information that we can get.
All right, so JT Daniels hasn't missed a beat, but as Carson Beck's taking reps, he didn't necessarily say with the first team, with the second team. Very unclear there what the hell's going on, but I just thought, and how great was I let it play a little along there for Mike Griffith. I love that guy too, and his comments. The access is still shut down there in Georgia, and I think that's just the way Kirby likes it.